Hey guys, welcome back to the S word show. I'm gonna be censoring my words now because YouTube hates them. Um, Today I'm gonna be talking more about my struggles with feeling connected to people and finding love. But first, I'm going to preface this video by saying that for the whole week this week, I was going nuts, literally, because the antidepressants that I'm on, they're kind of like a stimulant, and so for like the whole week, I could not get more than like 6 hours of sleep, and I tried everything. I've tried everything. And then last night I remembered that on YouTube they have like those audios that you can like sleep to or whatever. And it still took me like half the day. It took me half the day to fall asleep. I wasn't even really tired by that point. But I knew that I was like mentally like tired, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I guess moral of the story is, if you've tried something that's worked in the past, like the sleeping videos, then that's what you should do. Because I got 8 hours of sleep finally last night, even though it didn't really feel like it. And yeah, yesterday I keep having like these very vivid dreams, and I don't know, I sit here and I think about them all day afterwards, because they're so vivid, and they're such good dreams. They were like nightmares for like the first 1 or 2 weeks on this medication, but then after that they turn into like really good dreams that I haven't had in like a long time. And so I just kind of sat here yesterday, and I was so tired. I couldn't go back. I couldn't go back to sleep though. That was the thing. Is I was so pumped up from the medicine that I couldn't do it no matter how hard I tried. And that made me really sad, because that dream finally made me feel like I was loved by somebody. And when I woke up, I was like, I don't have that anymore. Like, I don't have somebody in real life saying, hey, sweetie, you're having a bad day. Let's go to the cafe and let's go hang out for a little bit. Or, hey, I know you're crying. Let me give you a hug. Whatever. I don't have somebody that does that. I don't have anybody really. So I spent the whole day thinking about that yesterday, thinking about how like we as humans like need that. We need somebody to talk to. We need like the physical connection. We need like the hugging. Like you can't like hold somebody's hand like through the screen. Like, I know I wish I could do that, but we don't have like that technology yet. So, and even if we did, like it wouldn't be the same as like being with somebody like in person. And I know I'm just throwing like more sticks into the fire by deciding to like stay in my dorm all day or whatever, but I've only got like one class anyways, so I don't really see like the purpose. I don't really see how that gets me more connected to people. I have days or moments really where it feels like when I go to class, I'm more disconnected from people. And that's kind of how it went today. Um, yeah, my psychology class, I can't tell if I hate it or if I love it. Today I decided to choose that I hated it because I really like this guy in my group, but we never get paired up. And this time, this guy showed up that was like in our group but hasn't like shown up for like the past month. And so my perception of him is already like kind of like bad because he hasn't showed up. And then the second thing is when he does show up, he kind of just, I don't know, like nods off, and then if he's not nodding off, he's on his phone. But I don't know what he's going through. Like today, they mentioned in class about breakups or whatever, and it seemed like maybe he was like struggling with like a breakup himself or something, or maybe he's going through like a tough relationship right now. I don't fucking know. But that's the thing, is that I feel like I can like connect to people until I talk to them. And then people around here, like I've said in my previous videos, just don't know how to socialize at all. And I don't really get along with those type of people unless I have like an attraction to them. But really just any person that like talks to me right now, like I'm attracted to them, like, because nobody ever says a word to me. I don't mean like romantically attracted to them, but I mean like just like I feel like I'm like connected with them. So yeah, I was trying to talk to him. We had to like do like these exercises though, where we had to like stare at our partner for a long time, or we had to like get really close to them, because this is like a psychology class where we talk about like personal development or whatever. Like, I don't know, it all has a meaning at the end of the day. It all comes back to the textbook or whatever. But if I like mentioned this to somebody else, if I like told them, hey, me and Jake, we just sat across from each other like 15 inches apart and we just talked for a minute, they would be like, who is Jake? If like I had somebody to tell that story to. And then I'd say, oh yeah, and then we also like me and Sarah, we didn't break eye contact for like a minute, and we just stared into each other's eyes and whatever. And they'll be like, are you and Sarah dating, or like what's going on there? And then I'll be like, actually, this is for my psychology class. But yeah, Jake was so dry. I can't tell if it's because we're like the opposite gender and it's awkward for us, or if he's just like dry with like everybody. Because when he talked to the guy that I have like a thing for or whatever, like they were able to like talk with each other because they were like both guys or whatever, and it didn't seem like they were having that awkward of a talk. But I mean, he was still kind of awkward, and I did like tell him I have social anxiety or whatever, so I kind of hate this class because we have to do these weird feigns. And then he told me that he's just introverted and he doesn't, I guess that means he doesn't like talking to people that much. And I kind of just like made him like push on, like, I don't know, just ask him more questions and stuff. And I feel like me and Sarah's conversation went better because we had a lot more to like relate to, and we were both girls. We weren't a guy and a girl sitting together. But yeah, that was my psychology class today. And then there's my search for true love on the internet. Basically, like, I wish I could show you all this, but I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 14 guys that we both matched to each other, and none of them have said a word except for one guy who... It's always guys that live like Federal Way, Seattle, Bellevue, somewhere like in a big city. And I don't have a car, so it's like, how is this gonna work? But yeah, I feel like we all want somebody to like talk to. We all want somebody to connect to, and I can't tell if it's just that we have social media and so it's making us not look for that as much, or if it's because people just, I don't know, find somebody else like in person or whatever. But yeah, me and this guy hit it off for a good bit, but just like always, the conversation dries up. I don't know what else to say besides small talk. Sometimes I just go for it. I just act like we're already friends. I act like we're already talking to each other. I act like I'm comfortable with them, and I just tell them what I'm thinking. Like, today, I said, I'm gonna go to the package office after class and go get my psychology book. Like, that's better than saying, hey, how's the weather over there? Or, hey, what are your hobbies? But I'm just so bored with trying to find people, and then if I go with like the friendship route and I act like we're already friends, that cuts off like their response. That cuts off like their, this is all about me. Like, basically, I am leading the conversation, and I am... This ties back to my psychology class. Like, I'm leading the conversation by saying, I'm going to do this today. Or by speaking my mind. And so, they're focused on replying back to what I'm trying to say, and they're not focused on telling them about me, or telling me about them. I want them to tell me about them. That's like the big thing about having a relationship that goes both ways. Or feeling connected or whatever. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, I'm looking for somebody that just like keeps talking to me, like keeps keeps going, doesn't stop. Like, I need somebody who is as needy as I am. Like, somebody who I talk to and they say, now that you talk to me, I'm not letting you go. Like, that's what I want. And it's so hard to come across that, even when I do go out of my way to, like, look around, find somebody around me. And even if I, like, see somebody like I do, like, on my way back to my class or whatever, they can't tell that I like them. They can't notice that I like them. And so it's like, what are they supposed to do? Are they just supposed to, like, guess? Are they supposed to, like, read my mind that I do like them? Like, the only time I feel, like, comfortable coming up to a guy or whatever is if we, like, have a class for, like, it has to be, like, at least a week or so before I'm able to come up to them and be like, hey. Or if I, like, see them every day, if I have to see them every day, like, at work or whatever, then it's like, hey. But if we're just, like, walking by and I'm gonna... This vitamin fane right here is them. So this is me walking past them. And I'm kind of like I can't look at somebody and, like, we even had to do this in class. Or not in class, but, like, in one of the clubs that I tried to join, we had to look at somebody and we had to wink at them because that was part of, like, this game that we were doing. It was some weird game or whatever. But I can't, like, if they see me walk by and they think that girl looks pretty, whatever, I want to get her number, but I'm wondering if she's also interested. All he's gonna see is me just kind of, like, trying to look at him, but, like, trying not to look at him at the same time, and also, like, half, like, staring down at the ground because that's what I do, and it's, like, uncomfortable for me. Like, I can't, even if I'm, like, super, super attracted to somebody, I can't just, like, walk past them and be like, hey, can you give me your number? Oh, okay, great, thanks. Like, I can't do it. I also feel bad for guys because guys have to, like, make the first move or whatever. They have to go up and risk getting rejected by somebody. And I don't know. It's the same for me though too. Like, if I feel like if I go up to somebody, they're gonna say no, I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, and I'll be devastated. So yeah, that's what's holding me back. But I don't know. I watch these shows where it's, like, super unrealistic. Like, somebody will have a crush, and the crush will like them back because of how unrealistic the show is or whatever. And then they'll just go up to the person that they have a crush on, and then they'll like hug them, or they'll like just start holding their hand out of nowhere, or they'll come up and they'll kiss them or whatever, and the guy or the girl is like, oh, I can't believe you just did that, and I guess I like that, whatever. But in reality, like, nothing works like that. Like, nothing is as easy as just, like, coming up to somebody and, like, showing them how much affection you have for them. And if you do that, especially if you're a guy, then you're probably gonna get, like, a bad result. You're probably gonna, like, be labeled as, like, this harasser because you went up to somebody and just fucking touched them. And yeah, I wish real life was more like the shows that I watch. I wish that people were just more outgoing, more supportive, more like closely intertwined. And here it's just like nobody's intertwined. And so yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say in this video. Is I just feel like I am gonna be single until I'm 35. Especially since every time I go somewhere, like if I go to a club, or if I go to the bar, or if I go to like the store, if I go to a cafe, I'm always with my dad. I'm never usually by myself. And I think that once I learn how to drive and I start driving places by myself, I feel like people would like go out of their way to talk to me more, because nobody's gonna want to talk to me if I've got my freaking tall, kind of buff old dad sitting next to me, and he's kind of got like RBF. He kind of has like this resting mean look on his face, even though he's not mean. And because of that, people just don't, they're scared to come up to me or scared to talk to me. And so yeah, that's what I need to work on. I'm also reading books still. I'm reading this one, and then I just got this one. And then yeah. So that'll be the end of my rant. Again. Please don't make comments saying, oh, I could be your friend, or I could be your boyfriend, or whatever. Because I feel like it's not the same. Like I feel like we as people, like as a community, like need to search for that in person. Like we need to stay away from social media as much. And I feel like trying to connect with people online just never really works. And yeah, I feel like the only time that works is if you like are able to do like a Zoom or like a FaceTime with somebody and like see their face, see their reactions to what you say or whatever. And yeah. Bye, guys.